This podcast contains strong language and adult themes from the outset.
Finding the funny. Finding the funny. With Ruth and Ange. Finding the funny.
Ange,
Petty.
do you Wordle?
No.
What? Why
No.
not?
Right. This is something that has kind of got on my shitting tits a little bit, the Wordle shit. But then I think, actually, do you know what, Ange? How can it be getting on your tits when you haven't ever tried it?
Exactly.
So I've kind of held off the Wordle shit.
Why? Why don't you Wordle?
What even bloody is it? I didn't even, just all of a sudden everyone's banging on about
everyone's
Wordle
bloody
this,
banging
Wordle
on.
that.
But you know, there's loads now. There's like,
What is it? What do you have to do?
okay, so what you do is you go to the web. It's not an app. It's just on a website.
Oh.
And you have to guess the 5-letter word of the day. You only get one go a day. And you have 6 attempts. No clues, no nothing.
Is this off the back of the game show?
Yeah, Lingo.
Game show called?
Lingo.
Oh, is that called Lingo?
Yeah, that's called your Lingos.
Oh.
And then the guy that saw Lingo made Wordle a website, and he sold it a couple of months ago to the New York Times.
Oh, right. Okay.
So the New York Times now own Wordle.
Right.
So you go onto the website and it's just like a grid, and you've got 6 empty lines, all with 6 down, 5 across, like a table.
Yes.
And you have to guess the 5-letter word of the day, but you don't get any clues.
Oh.
So I always start with something like heart or earth, or a good one is penis.
Nice, yeah.
Because you know you've got a P in there, you've got an S, you've got a couple of vowels.
You've got your consonants and your vowels.
And obviously, like earth, you've got an E and an A. Same with heart, you've got an R. So you basically, you just put in a 5-letter word, and if the letter goes green, it means it's the right letter in the right place.
Right.
If it goes yellow, it's the right letter in the wrong place.
Right.
And if it goes grey, it's the wrong letter.
Okay.
So it whittles you down, and you get 6 attempts. And obviously, if you get to 5 and you're like, you've perhaps got, I don't know, two in green and the rest are grey, and you're thinking, oh God, you know. And then you get like a running winning streak that you've got, and how many attempts it's taken you. And honestly, I love it. First thing of the morning, before I do anything else, I do my Wordle.
Does it automatically come up then once you're? Yeah. Okay, fine. So it just sends it to you as an email.
No, I just have it I just have it always on my tabs on my phone. And you just go into your website of a morning, and it'll update at midnight, and you'll get your 6 rows with your boxes to
how many
try.
Okay, so are you on some kind of winning streak?
So I lost my winning streak a couple of days ago. I just could not for the life of me bloody get it. I got today's in 3.
Right.
So I have played 62 times. I've had an 89% win.
That's good, Pat.
My maximum winning streak was 26.
Oh, that's
and then I
annoying
lost that 5 days ago. So I'm on a current winning streak of 5.
So that basically, as soon as you lose, you have to start back again.
Yeah, so it tells you your maximum streak, the longest you've gone, but you do lose your winning streak. The biggest number of times that I get it in is I normally get it in 4 or 5.
Right. Okay. So you never really get to your 6.
I've done it 6 times in 6. I've done it 3 times.
6.
Yeah, I've done it 11 times in 3.
Wow.
I've never got it in 1. I mean, some people, just put in the right. But
surely that's just pot luck, isn't it? Though.
Yeah, I mean, the whole thing is luck, really, because as much as it gives you where the letters are, there are obviously more than one. There's more than one word often with that letter combination.
Yeah.
So I'm going to challenge you to do a Wordle this week and come back next week and tell us how you found it.
To be honest, Patty, I have actually kept thinking I need to try this before I start dissing it.
Don't diss till you've tried it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm going to take the Wordle challenge.
Yes, mate.
Because I do quite like, Wordle.
You like that sort of shit?
Not crosswords, not marks, but I like the old, what do you call them? We have to...
Word searches,
that's
all
the
that
one.
sort of stuff. Yeah, you like those kind of things.
Yeah, I do. Yeah. Do you think when you get to these things, do you think that's a sign of aging?
Oh, definitely. 100%. 100%. Anyway, I saw something that made me laugh just the other day, and I thought you probably saw it on my Instagram, but I wanted to share it on podcast.
Share it.
My 8-year-old daughter met a girl at summer camp last year and said her name was Internet. I said, no way, that can't be her name. She has been adamant. For almost a year, we've been having this discussion. Antoinette. I just found out her name is Antoinette. Her name was Internet.
That is so great.
Did Joel do something like that with a kid called Sinead in his class?
No, Siobhan.
Siobhan. He came home and called her Siobhan.
Yeah, he went to this, like, this is when he was like primary school, and he went to this, he was one of like, he was allocated to be like a first, oh no, it was like something to do with like bullying, like anti-bullying people they'd have in the playground and stuff.
Little helper.
And he went to this like little training thing where they had to tell you how to handle things like that. Yeah, I said, oh, who was in your group then? And he sort of, reeled off a few names, and he went, oh, and then there was this girl, Mum, called Siobhan. And I went, Siobhan?
Yeah.
I said, yeah, spelled S-I-S. Oh, I can't remember how you spell it.
But anyway, however you spell it.
Siobhan. And I went, no, you actually pronounce that Siobhan.
I mean, that is confusing for a
is.
kid. But yeah, can you imagine this kid coming out going, Mum, there was a kid there called Internet. Antoinette was her name. Antoinette.
That is so brilliant.
Yeah.
Now, I have to just tell you a little story, Pat, which actually
go
just
for it.
amazed me. I've kept
Go
it.
for
I've
it.
kept it.
You've kept it. You've saved it for podcast.
So, my friend Louise, she's right up. She's right, Mank is Louise.
Right. Okay,
she's bloody brilliant. Anyway, she's just been away in France skiing,
right,
living her absolute best life.
Okay.
Anyway, she sent me a message yesterday going, met a lovely girl on holiday who is your biggest Finding the Funny fan.
No, shut up.
Honestly, right? I was like,
what?
So I replied saying, holy shit, that's amazing. Is she a Brit? So she replied saying, yes, she lives in France. Her name is Daisy, right? So I replied to Lou saying, please say hi to Daisy.
Shout out to Daisy.
Thank you for listening.
To Daisy.
Anyway, that's what I was like, I've got to mention this. Anyway, then I get a message from Daisy.
Right.
On Gram.
Yeah.
And she sent me this message saying, hi Ange, met Lou this week skiing. She passed on your lovely message. I absolutely love you and Patty and look forward to the pod every week. And then she sent me a video of Lou throwing some shapes, which was amazing. Anyway, I then sort of replied to her and I said, oh, how did you end up talking about like finding the fun? It was just like, how did you get onto that? She said, oh, I wasn't sure you'd see my message now that you're an official blue tick. How wouldn't finding the funny come up? I tell everyone I meet about you gals. Keep doing what you do. Brings joy to so many of us. And I was like, isn't that shitting amazing?
That is amazing.
Yeah. So, massive shout out to Daisy. Because she will listen this week because, as she says, she listens every week and she just tells everyone about us. Thank you so much, Daisy. And
well, big up so Daisy. Pleased. We love you. Thanks.
And big up Daisy and everyone who
listens.
Continues to listen.
I know.
It really, honestly, I don't think anyone will ever understand how much that really does mean to us. So, honestly, thank you very much.
Angie!
Right, now then, I would like to talk to you about Stitch Fix.
I'm obsessed with Stitch Fix.
Oh my gosh.
And also, do you know what? I love the fact because spring is right round the corner.
Exactly.
We got a time to get a new wardrobe, mate.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's time to pack away the heavy coats, bring out your lighter pieces.
Get that gone.
Do you know what my little daughter says? She says, this time, Mum, is a great time for your transitions.
Oh, you got your transition pieces.
Your transition pieces.
And I think Stitch Fix would give you a lot of transitional pieces.
100%.
Your long sleeve t-shirts, your lightweight jackets, your trainers rather than your boots.
Exactly. Your sort of longer cardigans, shorter cardigans.
A different vibe on your jewellery, because I know they do jewellery too. A different vibe, a lighter trouser. You got all that shit. Excuse me, shiz.
Oh dear. Wow, that was a little bit of a bubble there, wasn't it? Right, so I think, Pats, we should probably tell people what they would need to do.
Do it.
Okay, so to get started, you go to stitchfix.co.uk/funny. You take a fun style quiz,
and it is fun. It is fun.
It's actually quite interesting. I quite looking through it, going, no, hate that. Oh, love that. Yeah, like that.
Hate that.
And then your personal stylist will hand select 5 items just for you in your colours, styles, and preferred budget.
But
yes,
I think the really great thing is that you get a stylist.
Oh, 100%, yeah. And it's amazing.
You pay your £10 styling fee each time, but that's deducted from the cost of anything you keep.
Yeah, exactly. And if you keep all 5 items, you get 20% off.
I mean, it is. I also love the fact that there's no subscription required.
Exactly.
Not exactly. You just pay your £10 every time you use them. You pay that. You're not signing up to a membership club. You're not signing up and taking money out your bank every time. No. They just send it to you, and you keep what you want, send back what you don't want.
And that's what's so. Do you know what? Because I've done this now a couple of times. And I have to say, their whole return process is so easy. It comes in a box. It comes with you literally log into your account, go through and see these are the bits I want to keep, and this is what I'm returning. You chuck it back in the box. You put the sticker on. Off you go. Exactly. It is so easy. And
come on, guys. Get in there with your Stitch Fix. I'm waiting for my first order. I'm just about to do this. I'll be able to tell you all about it when it arrives. But get started. Go to www.stitchfix.co.uk/funny and you'll get 20% off if you keep all 5 of your items. That's stitchfix.co.uk/funny. One more time, stitchfix.co.uk/funny. Urban Dictionoir. Urban Dictionoir. Urban Dictionoir. Urban Dictionoir. Coming out of the jingle, the Urban Dictionoir today is morning deflation.
Morning deflation?
Yeah.
Is it rude? Is it something to do with morning glory?
No.
Okay. So it's nothing to do with penises being up and then down or something?
No. Do you want me to tell you what it is?
Morning deflation. Hang on, let me just have another morning deflation. I don't know. I honestly, the only thing I could think of was penises. It's not that.
When you wake up and start deflating after a nice long night of building up gas throughout your digestive system, and the little ditty that goes with it. Beep, 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 beep. Stretch, yawn, fart, burp. Looks like I'm having my morning deflation. Honey, can you take your morning deflation to the bathroom? If I don't stop my morning deflation soon, I might explode.
Oh my gosh.
That's just so relatable.
I deflate every morning.
Oh my God, my morning deflation is hilarious.
I know, that's what they call it, deflation.
I love the fact that it says, after a nice long night of building up gas through your digestive system, I'm crying with laughter.
I quite often say around my house in the mornings, I've got a lot of morning wind.
Well, now you can say. Sorry, guys, I'm just starting my morning deflation.
Also, quite often when I'm deflating in the morning, right, there is no one around to hear it. And that really
that's
irritates
annoying,
me.
isn't it?
Yeah,
well,
because that is when I'm at my best.
Sometimes Marnie will come home from work and say, I can't believe the fart you did this morning didn't wake you up. Because while he's getting ready downstairs, while he's making his coffee and feeding the cats, he gets a real sense of my morning deflation. But I need to deflate a lot.
Yeah. I mean,
honestly, oh God,
yeah, you do deflate I mean, actually, it's not
morning.
just morning, is it? It's
Well,
all
it
day
is.
deflation.
It is honestly now. It is mainly morning.
Yeah.
And
Which is obviously where you get the build-up of gas.
through your digestive system. Beep, 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 beep. Stretch, yawn, fart, burp. Looks like I've started my morning deflation. I knew that this would crack you.
That is so
I know.
funny.
And also just so relatable. There's anybody who says, "Oh no,
they
no,
don't
I don't."
do.
That is bollocks, isn't it?
Anyone that tries to tell me they don't deflate
of a morning
is can just jog right on.
Yeah, because it's just not true, is it?
Yeah.
It's you've built up your gas.
Yeah.
There's
That's all. Like, I always think people who say, "Oh no, I don't fart."
Oh, ridiculous.
I'm either you're just either lying, like blatantly to yourself and to me,
yeah,
or there's actually something wrong with you.
Wow.
Because people who don't release some sort of gases, surely there's something
Ellen
going
doesn't
on.
really fart though, does she?
Who?
Ellen.
No, she's got bigger. She has. She's
big in
really
the game now.
developed.
She's big in the deflation game now.
She is.
Yeah.
Really, like, she's really. I'm quite proud of her now.
Right.
Before I was always sort of thinking, I'm not
this
sure
is
you're
annoying.
my daughter.
Yeah.
Now she's
She's
really
big
quite,
in your deflation games.
She's really big deflating now.
Right.
Yeah.
Mainly in the morning or just in general?
She's not so much in the morning, I have to say.
Right.
Yeah, she's a bit more sort of later on in the day.
Oh, right. She has an evening deflation. Yeah, well, look, I do think that is something we could all bring into everyday life.
Yes.
Isn't it? When you wake up of a morning.
Yeah.
Sorry, I need to start my morning deflation or I might explode. Just going about my day doing my morning deflation. The worst, though, the absolute worst is when you've got a very early virtual meeting. Because now everything is virtual. People can put meeting in for me at like 8:30. So if
you haven't fully deflated by 8:30.
And if I've got to do a lot of talking, I'm like, I can't even mute myself. So it does feel like I'm going to explode. Because if I get up at like 8, that half an hour often isn't enough.
Isn't enough of a deflator time.
Exactly. So
but maybe you should just do it on your meeting. Just say, I am just doing my morning deflation.
Can you just give me a minute? I'm going to mute myself while I just deflate. Anyway, Ange, what has been getting on your shitting tits?
Right. So, the thing that's been getting on my shitting tits has actually come about from the weekend.
Oh,
right?
This is hot off the press.
Hot off the press. And the thing that it is when you buy like crockery and shit, right? Or just mugs and plates or a bowl or whatever, right?
Crockery. I mean, that you don't need to list it. We all know what
mugs, plates,
is.
or a bowl.
Yeah, we all know what crockery means.
And they put stickers everywhere. Inside the thing, underneath, they'll put a plastic piece of paper which is stuck on with what looks like bogies. Why? And then
have you bought some new crockery then?
Well, no. So this is all because, for those of you who might have seen my stories at weekend, Nels has got her GCSE.
Oh yes,
right.
Yes,
so she's got.
Yes.
So we on at the weekend we had to go and you have to
GCSE
I cannot
cookery,
wait.
Cookery.
I cannot. Yeah, cookery. Yeah. They call it food tech now.
Food tech. Yeah.
Food tech. I cannot wait. She does it on Thursday. I cannot wait for it to be over. It is such
counting down the hours.
Yes,
the minutes, the seconds.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so we had to spend. If I said right, she's making her own pasta. We've made our own pasta. We did that the weekend. She's also making a creme pat.
Oh yeah, creme pat. A creme pat.
Anyway, so we had to, and you have to present it all, and so I said, well, let's go and get a nice sort of bowl for your spaghetti bolognese, and we got some other bits, some nice placemat, all those things. Anyway, so picked up this bowl, there was these other flan dishes or something she needed. Anyway, got home, and I'm like having to obviously wash them because she wanted to do it all as a practice run. These flan things, right? So it had this piece of paper that's like stuck on with what looks like bogies, which everything seems to do.
Oh, I know what you mean.
Do
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah,
The
I know
little
what you mean.
plasticky, sticky bits.
Yeah.
So you
Doesn't feel
take
like
that
a
off.
bogey. It's very bogey-esque, yeah.
It is like a bogey.
Yeah.
Take that off, of which half of the bogey sticks to the bottom of the flan thing, right? And then underneath that, there is a sticker on the bottom of the thing.
Why?
And then you turn it over and there's another sticker. Why do they feel the need to stick shit
to go stick-a-tastic?
for something that you've got to remove all of this shit to be able to wash it?
I actually hate stickers.
Yes. Let's just shove stickers in tits.
I do hate stickers, though. I know what you mean by all of that stuff.
I just don't know, why do they have to stick one on the bottom? Like,
why do they put it on the bit that you're actually going to put food in? That's weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
If somebody will know the answer to this, won't they? Somebody will have some kind of insight. So if you know why your crockery and your pans and your cooking utensils come with a load of stickers on
them,
we would love you to get in touch with us to tell us. There's loads of ways you can find us. I'm on Instagram. I'm at Ruth Corden. Angie's on Instagram. She's at Ange Corden.
And you can find the podcast on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Just search Finding the Funny Podcast.
And let us know why everybody thinks stickers
need to be whapped everywhere.
Whapped. Because the only thing that should be whapped is your tits when you're whapping them out.
Yeah, you just whap them out. You don't need to be whapping stickers
There
everywhere.
is no need for all of these.
And the other thing, the bogey shit, what are they using to stick that on?
Yeah, that is bogies. That's John's bogies from the factory.
John's just sat there all day.
Yeah, twiddling them so they're slightly clear. Bogey. That's ready for the stick.
Slightly clear, slightly still moist.
Yeah, bogey. Ready for the sticker. Bogey. Ready for the sticker. Do you know what gets on my tits as well on a similar vein? This is what I thought you were going to say. When you buy a box of crockery, right? I get that you want to have some protective stuff in there. The amount of shitting paper, like they wrap the plates, then there's a layer between the plates, then you've got it wrapped around the mug, stuffed in the mug. You've got your bowls stuffed. It's like, oh my God.
They go mental for it,
they go mental.
Yeah. I think, it's just people who are in those places dealing with crockery just are absolutely crazy about stickers and packaging.
The other people that do it, Amazon. Have you ever ordered something that's tiny off of Amazon?
Yes, and it comes in a whacking great big box
with like 3,000 rolls of brown paper.
Yes.
What is that about?
What do they do? Also, when you order something off Amazon and they put one thing in one box and then another thing in another box, but it both arrives on the same day.
Yeah, but I think that's because they've come from different places.
Okay.
Yeah, I do think that. But like the other day, I ordered some... I can't believe I didn't tell you this. I ordered what I thought was a pack of 6 glass cleaner like cloths, not the single use wipes, the cloths. So I thought it was one
cleaner cloths.
Yeah, like a microfiber cloth.
Oh yeah.
I thought it was one pack of 6.
Right.
It was one pack of 26. I've got 26 microfiber glass cleaner cloths. And they arrived. Obviously, glass cleaner cloths are so thin.
Yes.
It's not a bulky thing. They arrived in the biggest box to the point where I was like, what's this?
What is this?
What have I ordered?
You kind of get a bit excited, don't you?
Yeah. And then I was like, there's 26 there.
Why did you just not read it?
No, I obviously just saw the 6 and thought, that'll do. To be honest,
afternoon
to be honest, you are? What did you say? What?
I just had a bit of afternoon deflation.
That's the funniest thing you've ever said. That is the funniest thing either of us have ever said on this podcast. That is hilarious.
Oh, yeah, I thought I'd just share that.
I mean, I'm disappointed we didn't hear it. I thought you were going to say, I've just had a bit of afternoon delight. I was thinking, God, while we've been talking.
Multitasking.
Yeah. Evidently.
Yes. No, it was just a deflation, but it was a silent.
It was silent, fine.
But very violent.
Oh, God, does it smell? And this is why Daisy listens. Because we bring the highest level of comedic value ever on a podcast. This is why Daisy tells everyone who listens, you're welcome.
To listen, yeah.
You're welcome.
Yeah, maybe tell them not to listen to this blade.
No, no. So we had a dickish behaviour in from Alyssa on the gram, and I think everyone will relate to this. People who talk through a film or give away what's going to happen next. I do this.
You do it a lot.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, Nels does this as well.
Yeah, if there's a TV programme or a video or something that I've watched before other people, I'm like, no, this bit's really good. No, Ange,
really
watch.
This is good
put your phone, and you're like, all right, Patty, it's fine, I can do it. No, what? This bit's really good. All right, Patty.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
It is dickish, isn't it?
It is. Also, what, like, I have been in cinemas watching where I have clearly heard people speaking and laughing or whatever behind me, and that is the most irritating thing. Like, why are you choosing to go to the cinema and then have a conversation?
Do you know the other thing? I know people can't help this, but it's the same in the theatre. The rustling of sweets.
Oh, packets and shit, yeah.
God. Like, the first one, I'm like, oh, they're just having a sweet. And then
they're
it's
just
like they pass them down the row.
Yeah.
To every one of their mates.
Yeah.
Who puts their hand in and crunkles the bag and passes it on. And as they pass it on, say, do you want a sweet? Well, you don't need to say that because you're passing them the bag. So just pass the bag. And then they crunkle it. And then they all open their sweets. I'm like, shut the fuck up.
I actually don't think they should be allowed to sell packets
wrapped
like that
sweets.
in the cinema. No.
Wrapped sweet. Yeah, your wrapped sweets.
It's like, you know, if you get your pick and mix, it's in a tube, isn't it? Or in like a tub thing, isn't it?
Yes, it's in a cup
no
now,
rustling.
isn't it? No rustling.
But if you can then go to the counter and buy a packet of M&Ms,
you're going to be taking Russell in with you. There's going to be a Russell.
Exactly.
Nobody
we need
wants
to start
it.
eliminating the Russell.
Yeah, get rid of Hashtag get rid of Russell.
Yes. Also, I find when I go to the cinema, I literally feel like I inhale popcorn.
Oh my God.
I literally can't. I start and I cannot stop.
And also, you like it's the shoveling, isn't it? Of it?
Yes,
like shovel, like you become an animal.
Yeah, you do.
You become like a complete animal.
Your hand becomes the shovel.
Yeah,
and you literally shove it to your mouth straight in, and then. You do, don't you?
Yeah, you become an animal. It's like your hand becomes like a machine, like one of those like shoveling machines.
Yeah,
and the more you get in your hand, the more satisfied you feel. And you have to try but also you have to try and get it in without dropping anything. So your mouth moves. You just become animalistic. Man.
Yeah, and then when the lights come up at the end, you are covered in popcorn. You're like, oh shit!
It looks like it's rained popcorn.
You're like, oh god, yeah, I really shoveled there. I really rammed it in.
Well, I went to see some amateur dramatics a couple of weeks ago.
Your Amdram?
Yeah, I went to see the old Amdram, and a guy in front of us fell asleep and let out the loudest snore.
Oh no!
Like proper, like that to the point where his daughter like whacked him in the ribs, and as he woke up, he went, "What?" So it was like a double whammy. And then his wife, because it went his who I assume was his wife, and then their daughter in the middle. Because I know it was his daughter, because she said, "Dad, you were snoring." And then you heard his wife like leaned forward, looked at him, and went like that. I thought, oh shit, he's for it. When they get out of this theatre,
she's gonna lose her shit.
Oh my! She was well pissed.
Yeah, I mean. It's not a good sign, is it, if you're falling asleep in an Amdram?
I think a lot of people fall asleep in Amdram, mate. I don't think it'll be the first time. It was the what that cracked me up. What? Like, he was getting annoyed with her for waking him up.
Yeah, and you're like, actually, Dad, you know, you're actually in a theatre.
Yeah.
You're not at home in your bed or on your sofa.
People are performing.
Yeah.
Like, people are actually on stage performing.
People have learnt lines for this.
Well, actually, talking
Maybe
of that,
not.
one of the guys in it had the lines stuck to the desk and was reading them at one point. I mean, that is just outrageous, isn't it? And you can tell everybody knew what he was doing. He didn't even hide it.
If I was ever doing some Amdram, that's what I'd have to do.
Really? No.
Yeah, because I just can't remember shit.
No, that's true. You don't retain information very well, do you?
If I had to learn like a script or a load, I mean, I would be absolutely shit at that.
Well, that's going to stand us in good stead when we do our stand-up.
Well, as long as it's just the 5 minutes.
Because you'll be like, what's next, Patty?
I'd have to just have mine written down.
On your hand. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, Alyssa, that is a dickish behaviour.
It really is.
Or saying things like, this bit's really good, this bit's really good.
Yeah.
Like, just, you know.
I think anyone who's doing that should be evacuated, not evacuated.
Kicked
What's
out.
the word?
Ostracised.
No, there's a word, isn't there?
The
ejected. That's the word.
Ejected.
Ejected.
Like an ejector seat.
Yes, that's what I mean.
Bam, straight out the top of the cinema.
Like no chance for you to,
like a VHS.
Bang, out you go.
Gone. Boom.
You
done.
mutter a word,
you're out.
We are going to
You're out.
eject you from your seat and out of this room.
Wow, that's harsh.
Well,
there have been times though that you've got annoyed with me and you've been like, all right, okay, I'm watching it. Let me watch it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You mean you do it a lot?
Oh,
you'd be ejected a lot.
A lot. A lot.
You would. Yeah. Yeah.
Big time.
Okay, Pat. So we're now going to go into our sort of don't go there.
Yes.
Section, which we thought we'd chat about the thing about whataboutisms.
Yes.
Which, if you've not heard of that, I mean, which when you said it to me, I was like, "What the hell's that?"
Yeah.
But it's basically there's been a bit around it on social media at the moment, where if someone posts something about a particular situation or something that's going on in the world, or they might talk about that, and then they get a whole host of people saying, "Well, what about this crisis?
Yeah.
What about that? Are you not going to talk about this?"
Yeah.
And it does seem to be very prevalent at the moment, doesn't it? Yes.
It does. And Em Clarkson, who I love actually, who you can find on Instagram, I think she's a really good follow. She talked about this, and I mean, it ended up in the Daily Mail. It was ridiculous. Like,
yeah.
I really felt for her because all she said was, I can't be educated on everything as much as you think, because I've got this platform which I'm really privileged to have. Yeah. And I know that I need to take it seriously. But you think I should be educated on every single minutiae of crisis that's going on across the globe, and I just can't be. Like, I can't educate myself on everything and have this as my job and create other content. Like I think this, influencer has become.
Oh, there's such an expectation now on people that do, have that for their job.
Yes.
In inverted commas.
But I also think it's become such a dirty word. It's like, it's like, oh God, I can't say I'm an influencer, or I can't say I'm a social media creator, or I can't, people have this such a high threshold that if you've got like 50,000, 100,000, 200,000, if you've got that level of following, that if you dare talk about something that's close to your heart, you should, because we all have things that we're more engaged with, or we're more passionate about than other things,
and also things that you have more experience of.
Exactly.
There's no point going on and talking about things that you don't have maybe a personal experience of, or someone who's been through something, or there has to be an element of what you talk about that you can talk from your own perspective on things. Yeah, I do think you're right with the whole. Being an influencer is now something that people don't want to deem themselves, don't want to put that label on them.
I don't understand why.
No, like do you think it's because I do kind of get it a bit, and I don't know if it's because maybe for a long time, and it is different now, or it appears to be. For a long time, I think maybe influencers weren't particularly clear about things they were talking about or advertising, or when they were being paid for it, and maybe that has maybe clouded people's judgment of them.
Maybe.
And I do think, and I think that there's much more kind of clear guidelines about how you have to advertise things. If you're being paid for something, you've got to be clear about that you're being paid for it. So I think that maybe that has had a bit of an impact on it. But that is not to say that, like what happened with Em Clarkson, if she's talking about something that, like you say, she understands, or she's got some education on, or she has an experience of, why would she then be made to feel like she can't talk about that because there are all these other things that she should also be addressing?
You wouldn't go to a charity event, would you, and say, well, what about this? You wouldn't go to a like coffee morning about cancer research and walk in going, well, what about doing something for the Heart Foundation? Why is nobody doing something for children with cerebral palsy? Like, you wouldn't go to those events and do that. You would go, God, this is a great cause. This is amazing. You've put this together to raise money for cancer research or children with cerebral palsy or whatever it may be. You don't walk into those things. You don't, if people say, oh, I'm doing a charity swim for some charity that's really close to my heart. And I think we just have to realise that as people, as individuals, some things have really touched our lives. Some things have been really pertinent to us. We've lost family members, or we've had children in our life that have got special educational needs, or have needed extra support, or we've got a real love for animals, or we saw our dog die of something horrendous and we want to raise money. Like, just accept that people have things that they're passionate about, and that's absolutely fine. Because I think the moment that we start going around going, of course there's always going to be, there is always going to be people who are suffering, parts of the world that are in deep conflict, deep crisis, really, really difficult situations for people. Humanitarian aid is always going to be needed. But I think that for people to have this expectation that because somebody's got 200,000 followers, every single cause that comes up, they should talk about it. It's just disingenuous. That feels disingenuous to me.
Yeah, totally.
I start to think, well, you're just doing this because it looks good. If somebody talks about something that they're deeply passionate about for a reason, or because it's a family member or a close friend or something like that seems much more real and authentic.
Yeah.
Than going,
100%.
I'm just going to share the shit out of everything because it looks good.
Yeah, absolutely.
I just feel like we've got to stop and think, well, why can't we celebrate that they've done something for that cause rather than going, well, you haven't done something for
what about this though?
Yeah.
It's
like,
and
the expectation is so high, isn't it?
It is. And I also think, is like another level of social media where people who are sat looking on their phone or on a computer can just basically go on and comment and say whatever they want.
Yeah, exactly.
Without there ever being any kind of what's the word?
Consequences.
That's the word.
Yeah.
Consequence for that. And I think this is another area that just plays into this whole thing around what people feel they can comment on, what they can say online. Yeah. And then never being and no, sometimes just no thought behind what you just literally see somebody said something or is supporting something or talking about, off you go, bang bang bang, you've got a point on it, you've got something you don't like, off you go. And I think it just falls into, again, this whole thing about what people say and do online. That you probably, like you said, you wouldn't do that if you were at an event that was specifically for a charity or for a cause. You wouldn't.
Nobody goes into that the person that's organised that event and has a go at them.
Exactly. Yeah.
They're like, but you do it,
but people do it online.
Yeah, it's like, this is, rather than celebrating that you're educated in that area and you're passionate about it and you're going to share that with your 200,000 followers. I'm going to come in and have a go at you. It's like,
and I'm going to tell you all the things you haven't done.
Yeah. Yeah. And when we go to charity events, we're like, this is amazing. It's so good you've put this on. This is, I really like the fact that I can give money to this, and this is such a worthy cause, and thank you so much. Nobody goes into those events having a go at people. And I just think, I think we have this expectation of online people with a big online presence to be all things to all men.
All people, all
and
the time.
And it's just not. It's not possible.
No, exactly, and nor should it be.
No, exactly. I totally So I thought we thought that was an interesting thing. So I would just say, look, just let people do what they're passionate about. Let people enjoy sharing what they want to share. And if you want to get involved with it and give to it, fine. If you don't, give to something else. It's absolutely fine.
And you don't have to always comment on everything.
No. You
can just kind of look through it and bypass it. You don't have to comment on it. You don't have to necessarily like it or not like it. Yeah. You can. That is very possible to do that. Yeah.
Well, look, there we are at the end of another episode.
Yes.
As
I feel
always,
like I laughed a lot in that.
Yeah, me too. Me too. There was a lot of raucous laughter.
A lot of laughter.
Yeah.
Yes.
Obviously, thank you for listening as always. You can
Yes.
find Ange and I across social media. I'm at Ruth Corden. She's at Ange Corden.
And you can find the podcast on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. Just search Finding the Funny Podcast.
But Daisy, thank you so much.
Big up the Daisy.
Genuinely to everyone. Thank you so much for listening, as always. And Ange and I will be back next week helping you to find more of the funny.